Last pasuk in Parshas Vaetchanan, V'shamarta sa mitzvah v'zachum v'mishpatim asher anochi mitzavcha hayom la'asosom. Hashem commands us to be able to guard the mitzvahs, to guard the chukim, the mishpatim, the different laws that I have commanded you to do, la'asosom, hayom la'asosom, today, that I've commanded you to do today. Chazal say, Rashi already brings it, today, do it, and in the next world, you'll get schar for what you do today. Today is the time to do. Famous Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, Perek Daled, Mishnah Yud Zayin says that Yofeh Sha'achas with the Ma'aseh Torah Ma'asim Tovim B'olam Hazeh, that it's more, it's better, it's Yofeh, it's more, it's nicer, it's more important. 1 minute of doing mitzvahs and learning Torah in this world, and the entire life in Olam Haba, entire life in Olam Haba. And then the next words in the Mishnah say, 1 minute of pleasure in the next world is more than we can even imagine our entire lives of this world. Sometimes Yavtim already speaks out. It's not a stira. It doesn't contradict one to the other. Of course, one is looking from the point of view of what we have to do, and the second line is looking at the point of view of what will we gain for that. So, in terms of what we do, this world is much more valuable than next world. In terms of what we'll gain, so next world, the schar, the benefits that we get in the next world, because we were able to do the mitzvahs in this world, is incomparable to anything that we can imagine, any type of pleasures or any type of gifts that we can think about getting in this world. Chofetz Chaim, in order to explain this a little better, Chofetz Chaim explains using the following mashal. Mashal is as follows: there was once a king who fought a war with his army, and 2 soldiers were especially heroic. And the king, after the war, when they were victorious, so the king called in the 2 soldiers, says he wants to give them a special gift in the name of the kingdom. So he calls the first one in, he says, okay, you're going to get an estate with a house and a little pool, and thank you for your service. He says, thank you very much, honored king, and he leaves. The second one comes in, he says, you've done a great service for the nation, I'm making you into a lieutenant. What about a house? You're going to become a lieutenant. So the person will be depressed. He'll think to himself, the second soldier, why didn't my friend get an estate out of the city and I just get another role? I'm continuing to fight. But if he's really smart, says the Chofetz Chaim, he's really smart, he'll thank the king 1,000 times, because by being a lieutenant tomorrow he can be a general. And by being a general, a successful general, he can become somebody who can rise up in the government offices and the Minister of Defense. And if he's really successful, he can become the Minister of Defense himself. And if he becomes really successful, become closer and closer to the king. And then, of course, when it comes time for him to receive his reward, he's not going to get a little house with an estate and a pool. He'll get something way more valuable. His reward will be 10-fold times more than what his friend got. But for that, he has to work. And the more he works, the more he raises. The king gave him the opportunity to be able to reach the level where his reward will be on a completely different level entirely. And that's what the Mishnah means, and the Mishnah says, and that's what this pasuk is teaching us. Hayom la'asosom. You want to really get to your goal. Don't waste your time getting a house and a swimming pool. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Now you're supposed to be gathering, using every moment, using every hour, using every day to gather more Torah, more mitzvahs, because the reward in the next world is incomparable to anything that you can imagine in this world. So in this world you have to use the time properly, because now you can fill up that time with Torah and mitzvahs, and every minute that you use properly brings you countless rewards in the next world that is incomparable to anything you can imagine. So of course, in this world is the time, Hayom la'asosom. Good Shabbos. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.